Hi, welcome to the next in a series of online tutorials about the local BMD project websites. I'm Ian Hartas. I'm author of the search software used in the various local BMD websites and also author of the UK BMD website itself. If you'd like to join me at my keyboard, we'll have a look at the next in the series. In this tutorial we'll be looking at some of the extra features on the summary page which we haven't looked at so far. As you can see on the screen here, I've been searching around on the Bath BMD website and found a death for a Halstead Swift in Midsummer Norton. Let's hope it wasn't one of the Midsummer murders. And as we saw previously in other tutorials, when you click on the reference number it adds it to the summary page in a manner we've seen a few times already. And predictably you could go ahead and click on the reference numbers and bring up a printable application form and order the certificates if you wanted to. But we want to look at some of the other features here today, and we're concentrating on the sorting and saving options at the top here. When you first come into the summary page, the standard sort option is alphabetically by type. So the births, marriages and deaths will all be separated out into their individual groups, and within each group they will be sorted alphabetically by surname and first name. So here we can see we've got 4 members of what looks like one family with the surname as Swift, mother's maiden name as Stock, and 3 daughters and a son. Here are the parents by the look of it, Thomas and Eliza, and we have Halstead being born 1893 but sadly dying in 1894. Now with a short family tree like this it's not too difficult to see the relationships, but we can make use of one of the sorting options up here. If I click on this list here we see that there are 4 different types of options: by year, by type, alphabetically combined and by year combined. Let's choose this last option, sort by year combined. So very quickly it's now put them into a year order. So starting in 1892 we can see the marriage of Eliza and Thomas, followed by the birth and then sadly the death of Halstead in 1893 and 1894 respectively, and then along come 3 daughters, 1895, 1898 and 1902. So just by changing the sort option, the relationships between the various members of the family and the order in which the various events happened becomes a lot more apparent. Now if I were to close my browser, this would still be remembered. So when I came back on the same PC using the same browser, if I return to the summary page, these entries would still be here, sorted in this order. Now if you're on a public PC or you don't want anybody else to see what you've been doing, you do have the option of saying remember until I close the browser, and then when you close your browser, either explicitly by clicking on the close button or by shutting your PC down, then these entries would be forgotten and cleared away. And alternatively, if you're doing lots of searches for one name and then want to choose a different name, you can click remove all and remove all the results. The final entry on this sorting and saving option is an output to CSV, output to file, save as CSV, and we'll cover that shortly in another tutorial. So in summary, we've seen there are a few more extra options on the summary screen to help you tidy up your family trees and spot relationships and keep data online until you next come back and do a bit more searching. If you return to the page where you found the link to this web tutorial, you'll find other tutorials on births, marriages and deaths and the other features. See you in the next tutorial.